Awez, and today we're reacting to 14 years later. I finally watched Gumball. A sarcastic chorus. I'll be honest with you, Amazing World of Gumball is one of those shows that basically was my childhood. Well, not my childhood, but my teenagehood. Yeah, so it's kind of weird. It's kind of interesting that somebody hasn't watched it at all. But I understand that some people just didn't grow up with DSTV or anything like that. So yeah, man, let's see what is his first experience. This is just a nostalgic ride for me. So comment, like, subscribe, and let's start.
A catboy just kissed his adopted brother on the lips so a ghost could get a W. And I can see now why they changed the title from amazing to weird. I review cartoons for a living and I have a confession to make. I've never actually seen The Amazing World of Gumball. No, like for real. Not a single full— oh wait, there was the shipping one.
What?
Naturally, this leaves me in a bit of a bind as I missed
Wait. So you didn't actually watch anything except that weird episode? I mean, was it technically weird? Not really. It was kind of a cool episode, but like still though. To miss out on everything else and only just see that, there's how did that find you, my brother? How did that find you?
And I can't really say if this new season lives up to the hype of something I've never seen. Unsure coming in as a novice where clearly the rest of y'all are experts. But then again, a fresh perspective never hurts, and I have seen quite a few clips, so I am not completely in the dark, and I am very curious. And there are some questions I'm gonna need y'all's help on for like the show's lore and whether or not this is Yuri.
Alright, Yuki, I'm not doing that again. Come on, where is he?
First thing I noticed while watching Gumball is that it looks, well, weird, and I love it. 2D characters mixed with realistic-ish backgrounds and just random CGI dinosaurs and puppets. Did not know what I was getting into. I knew like there was some mixed media type stuff. The way it all blends together without like looking like it's clashing whatsoever.
Bruh, I always found that as cool though. I always thought that was cool. Honestly speaking, bro, I'm just gonna come when I first was watching it, or when I first watched it as a younger me. Because I don't even remember, was I a teenager, was I a kid, was I in the middle, I don't know. But yeah, when I first watched it, it was basically horrible. I didn't like it at all. It was just ass. But eventually in Cartoon Network, when you keep on showing the same show over and over again, you get bored and your favorite shows go away. So who you gonna go to? Amazing World of Gumball. And that's when I really set for it and I started enjoying it. To the point that now I could rewatch the whole thing.
That genuinely floored me. This show looks fantastic. I have seen just the worst that Japanese CGI animes have to offer, so whenever like they're mixing styles, I do tend to freeze up. I was like, oh, this could be Berserk again. But Gumball's able to get away with all of it. As yeah, there might be giant CGI, semi-realistic dinosaurs wandering around, who I've just been calling Not Susie, and a testament to my, well, other hyperfixation at the moment. But at least the dinosaur matches the more realistic looking locales, and no point it feels like they're cheese, like, okay, let's just throw something in. It's like, no, planning, preparation, and amazing execution. Just like the comedy, which this sitcom is actually funny, and also looks amazing. Also, there's no reason this show should have better animation than Invincible.
This food is bad for you.
So much of this show just feels like a flex. We'll be filming it like there's an actual camera. There'll be sudden Sakuga moments, and I just cannot fathom Cartoon Network paying for the show to look this good, especially when they're greenlighting another 30 seasons of Teen Titans Go. And I don't say that in a hater kind of way. I say that because Cartoon Network has been fucking broke for years. Streaming.
Okay, I really do want to watch the new season now. Same thing with like Phineas and Ferb, because like these shows are coming back, and from what people have been saying, they are doing them justice. So I really want to check them out. But yeah, man.
How to ruin their whole model, hence why shows with low production costs like Teen Titans and, well, Johnny Test flooded the market. So, you know, WB, Discovery, those two companies that merged that are now splitting up again despite all of the stupid decisions. Well, I don't feel like either of them really paid for this one out of their own pocket, especially when they have to then fight for it later in the divorce. Which is clearly where Uncle Hulu stepped in to pick up the slack, as the binge is king and HBO has been getting rid of anything that they have deemed scraps. So basically all of old school Cartoon Network. No, for real. Every cartoon in this picture, gone from HBO Max. Let that sink in. And once that's done, key thing I really want you to take away from this, all my real praise.
That's why me personally, I'm not doing the streaming wars thing. I'm not gonna do the streaming wars thing because listen, if we just had one streaming platform and they didn't do this exclusive BS, bro, I could like pay for that streaming. I don't care if they're gonna like charge it even higher than they usually would have charged it. I would have. I don't mind. But if you keep on going to do the stupid things, because when I want to watch Cartoon Network things, I want to stay in Cartoon Network things. If you keep on change it and remove them and put them back in, and then I gotta search for them in different platforms, I am going to pirate. That's just how it is. I'm not gonna do this. This is stupid. It's stupid. I got better things to be doing.
Most cartoon sitcoms are not known for having great animation. They could if they really wanted to, but with all the reused assets, I'd imagine they're never super pressed about getting anything drawn here. Shows like Family Guy have it down to a science and will keep going until the sun burns out. Or if any of the main characters die, like the Simpsons dude said, shocking everyone, that he would say what we were all thinking out loud. You don't get like a lot of flourish in most of these productions. It makes them easy to make, it makes them cheap, which is usually the main point. So naturally, Gumball decided to have this much extra oomph. It's just crazy. It's insane. Gumball's animation, there are so many expressions, so many moments that exist just to like impress. And I was consistently stunned. Not every episode has like these moments of random sauce, but when it happens, it hits. From the different animation memes to the expressions to the average piece of, well, Tumblr fan art, this show can get away with basically anything, so Gumball can just trick people into thinking he's not a demon or that he's not a freak who eats people. Now, I have lots of questions about that and, well, the incest. No, wait, I'm just ask this right now. For the rest of the series, since I haven't watched it, is there usually this many shipping jokes about the two being so close? Like, this could be totally normal for the show, this could be a fully new thing, or I'm just like paranoid ever since Rick and Morty just put me on just all the hometown Alabama references.
They were doing too much in Rick and Morty, bro. They were literally doing too much. If you don't know, I don't think I want to explain it on this channel. Just know that Sweet Home Alabama happened and it saved the world. So yeah.
Let me know down below, but yes, this show, amazing, and has absolutely no reason to pop off this hard so often. The show already looks good, but then this hits and the surrealist insanity of the comedy just gets sent into overdrive.
This day is starting to feel seriously cursed.
Yeah, the show is funny as fuck, the jokes are snappy, the visuals will have some people questioning. I was not expecting so many lines about the current depressing state of the world, but frankly, that feels very on brand for, well, the last 10 years. And honestly, all cartoons have had like this kind of commentary back in the day, but the diff here is like we actually recognize it, and the fact that I'm guessing a lot of the kids now recognize it too because internet.
Listen, I can help you get your friend back.
You know, I miss the old internet. Back in those days, the only thing you had to avoid was viruses and pedophiles. Now kids can't open Squat without rage bait and every depressing event in existence getting thrown in their face, and having to share fandom spaces with older fans. But I think this crash course in depressing...
Hold on. Besides that, how do you guys feel about this whole so-called protecting the children from the internet thing that's happening around the world? Where basically governments are creating laws to basically force you to identify yourself. I don't know how I feel about it because personally speaking, I'm more of the new age internet thing where you gotta state what your age before you even make an internet account. But from what the older gents are saying, bro, it's stupid. It's very stupid because, well, it's the internet. You're not supposed to be knowing somebody's age or something like that. I don't know what's the big problem. I'm probably just gonna react to I'm gonna watch it in my own time or react to the real main crust of it. But like, what's really going on? I'm so like kind of confused on what's going on with that. But yeah, let's just carry on the video.
News makes Gumball taking cracks at the state of things just not feel too out of the overworked writer's pocket. Best getting some laughs in while you can, and this show is delivering them.
Hey, Nicole, haven't seen you since senior year.
Yeah, when you were a freshman.
Maybe I'm just easy to please, or maybe I just have a messed up sense of humor, but this show's ability to zig when I'm expecting a zag is the biggest reason it got so many laughs out of me. I may just not know the lore, as Nicole's parents could always be fighting, the separation could be a long time coming. Maybe the fact that the mom is a cougar who is just into this much younger toucan, but the second Nicole said, oh yeah, you were a freshman, is like, oh, this is so much worse than I thought it was. And I feel like this is like the testament to this show's writing. It's consistently able to avoid the obvious and keep me on my toes, never delivering the joke that I'm expecting, even if it's in the similar ballpark. This is true surrealist humor. This is shit that could only be done in cartoons. Truly anything can happen, with the only rule here being it has to be funny. And it pretty much almost always is, except for when they're trying to like awkwardly drag out a joke.
I'm just glad to actually be of help for once, you know, like to do this and be part of making this whole relationship.
Before we get to that, I do have to state that yes, I love all the characters, and Nicole is a beast.
Why does he constantly show that scene? What? Why? Well, I understand though, it's better than him trying to spoil it for the rest of us. Always, but like, brother. Okay, we get it. They were shipping each other. We get it.
Gumball's mom is hard carrying the entire goddamn family, having to raise 4 kids on her own since her husband might as well be one. But okay, it feels like the writers know this woman has to do it all, so I feel like they just intentionally have been giving her just the coolest stuff. From dealing with AI gone wrong to whatever Nicole has going on with
The finer things.
I'm just gonna call it what it is, the thirst trap for lesbians. Gumball's writing does seem to be taking a conscious effort to avoid some of the more annoying tropes other sitcoms fall into, having the family mostly appreciate the mom, minus the episodes where that becomes a main focus. Nicole is as integral to the story as everyone else, leading to a very balanced cast of shenanigans and fuck-ups that even she gets dragged into. Yeah, she is trying to crack the whip around here, but it's not treated as like, oh, she's a nag, she's overbearing. This woman literally has to herd cats every single day while working a full-time job. You get why she's like this, and it always feels sympathetic rather than like, oh, she's not fun, she's like keeping the characters from doing what they want. And usually she's in the right that this is weird.
That was great. Just like you were here.
Yeah, that was a phone sex joke. Like, have they always been doing this? But also, it proves Nicole's point of how the brothers are codependent.
Now that is new. Ah, damn, these are spoilers. These are freaking spoilers. Let me just watch. Let me just listen to a few more, and then I'm gonna go off because this, like, no. These are spoilers, and I really want to watch it now.
Just like how she has a point about her fam refusing to be normal for one photograph, only for her to get jumped by a bitch of a mother-in-law and her parents getting divorced. But she handles it better than anyone else could, as she refuses to drop the ball, but breaks are the only thing she can't catch. Her family will rally behind her in a pinch, but despite all the headaches, she then gets to go Super Saiyan, and basically everything's forgiven. She's probably my favorite character, and, well, it's hard not to see why. Alright, let's talk about the high-functioning incompetent she's married to. I've been tired of the incompetent dad trope since it's just overused everywhere. But despite being an idiot, I actually never found myself being annoyed by Richard. Yes, he's a sentient beanbag with a sugar addiction. He's unemployed, unbothered, and powered entirely by flights of fantasy. But man, does he love his family. This is the thing I think ruined Peter and Family Guy for me. The show went from treating him like a dude who like actually cares about his kids. He's a fuck up, but he does care. That care kind of got ripped out and he just basically became an actor who's getting paid to do wild shit. Losing all sentimental moments were like, oh yeah, he kind of cares about his family. Instead just a dick. Richard, for how dumb he is, how Nicole has to mother him just as much as their kids, it's never portrayed as malicious. He's a whimsical creature with everything annoying about him being just a result of forgetfulness or whatever the cartoon equivalent of ADD is. He wants to spend time with his daughter, he wants to help out Nicole, and he spearheaded the kid's attempt to crash the Angry Muppets pool. Richard might not be a good father.
Nah, hold up. Richard? Can I call him Richard? Yeah, I'm gonna call him Richard. in my opinion, Richard might not be. Okay, yeah, he's right. Might not be a good father or quote unquote good father. Because let's be honest here, at this day and age when there's so much different ways of parenting, we can't really say what is the good, what is bad. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a negative and a positive to every parenting style. But despite that, Richard is effective. He's very effective. Bro, there's been times where this Oki, how can I explain? You would be surprised at how much, like, bro, like some type of thing that he would do. I'm like, yo, dog, if I ever had a kid, I'm taking some of those notes down. That is for sure. So he's a cut, but he's effective.
But he is a great dad. The pool is probably my favorite episode for him. The one where they do like a massive bit about generational trauma. That did slay me, as that just hits at like the right time for me, as generational trauma, still good stories, but that term has been overused in any discourse about animation that I'm kind of sick of it. Similar to how like whenever panic attacks are brought up. Yes, when it happened in Inside Out 2, it was good, but I don't need to hear those discussions every single time. And yes, I will double check these analytics, see just how many people left for just bringing up the term generational trauma.
Is it a magic placebo? Because I'm a 30-year-old man. I stopped believing in magic 2.5 years ago.
But Richard I was kind of afraid for, as I've heard a lot of people talk a lot of smack about him and Nicole being together. However, none of like what he did truly drove me off a wall. He's a man-child for sure, but at least he's got jokes, and he's able to like lock it in for his wife every once in a while.
Yes, sir.
You know she can see the edited message on her side though, right?
Anais is what? Okay, the biggest surprise for her was actually finally hearing how you're supposed to say her name. I think I was like saying it as Anise, but to get back on track, she's probably my least favorite out of the family. I enjoy her, I like her, but in the episodes we got this season, I was like waiting for like the great one for her, the one like she's truly the focus and not like the inciting force that gets everyone else to act out. And we don't really get that. It's like the family in the car, she is just sitting there mostly.
But to be honest with you, right, Anais was always that type of character. I wouldn't say there's never been an episode where she really didn't take charge. But the thing is, bro, not every character is supposed to take charge. There's no need for that. As long as the episode is a good mixture of everything that we usually like and new-ish, I think that's a good episode in any show, right? Because at the end of the day, it's not really about what happens to the character. Okay, it is about what happens to the characters, but it's about, is it entertaining or not? And can we understand what's going on? Sorry, bro. Sorry, guys, my cat is making noise right now. Like, it's a bit late, so in the night, and it likes to do that, so...
where she is like getting wrinkles from worry about just her family being idiots, and them trying to be better just ends up stressing her out even more. It's funny. She is consistently funny. I was just like waiting for that wow moment to really get her over for me. At the moment, she's just a good straight man, and I'm just looking for that little bit of extra like the rest of the cast has.
Actually, the plan was to frame us both for destruction of property, so we'd have to share a life sentence in a co-solitary confinement prison cell, and we'd have to be together forever.
All right, let's talk about Darwin and Gumball and their whole thing. They're freaks, enjoyable agents of chaos with the fish having a heart of gold, but the antics that these little menaces are getting into, they're kind of legendary. So for these two, seeing them just get into like the most wild stuff imaginable, I think they're kind of built for this. Gumball is the wild one. He can be responsible, he can be very uppity, like, I don't want to get dragged into your family's drama. Then he just continues to dig holes so deep he eventually hits the Earth's mantle. He's the right amount of smarmy mixed with stupid, where you know he can somehow figure out his way out of every situation, but you still know he is going to get himself into those situations in the first place, and it all feels very on brand. I'm not really looking for depth, I'm looking for hijinks, and at that he is delivering. And I kind of want to know how, like, what's the deal with him and Penny? As last I checked, I thought she was a potato, not an eldritch god.
No, she's an eldritch god.
Essential workers.
Now, for Darwin, I kind of expected him to be a little more of the voice of reason, but instead he's kind of just the sweetheart who is getting into just as much trouble as his brother. Yes, they have different standards of what is crazy, what is fun, and how much they're really willing to risk when it comes to hygiene, but then it quickly turns into the exaggeration of like, oh my god, Darwin cares about Gumball's health, and he is going to do everything he can to keep him healthy, even means starvation. Or how he really thought his ghost girlfriend was gonna kill him. Which she didn't, but did lead to this. Which, to put it simply, I don't know this show's full history, so I can't make any real judgment calls. However, whenever they do these bits, like Gumball x Darwin, they usually kind of linger on it just a bit too much. Like, I get it. The shock factor of the kiss was, wow, they really did that. But it's like the long speech, they're kind of like, oh, I don't know what they're trying to do, break tension. It's lingering, and I'm like, okay, we can just move on, bro. Part of this is probably just the fact that I've never cared for the overlong, oh, this is so awkward joke that I've seen a lot of shows do. We get it. But that one bit aside and the occasional like miss joke, the wonderfully weird world of Gumball, it made me really regret not checking out this show sooner. Why they changed the title,
You know what? I really do want to finish with this, but golly, I think this is enough for now. Bro, that was a good video. I have nothing else to say after this one. Just watch the amazing world of Gumball, guys, and also watch the rest of this video. My guy really killed it. But besides that, thank you for watching the rest of the video. Thank you for chilling with your own. Comment, like, subscribe, and until next time, I've been the last one.